Hi, I'm Michelle from Unicorn and Centaur, and it's summertime. In this video, my horses and I will show you our favorite ways of staying cool when the heat gets relentless. Okay, I know according to the calendar, it's only been summer for a week, but here in Savannah, it's been hot since Valentine's Day. I'm not even kidding. Here is a picture of me from our Instagram in February wearing a tank top and sweating while riding. You're welcome. You know, just a side note here, the English settlers that came to Savannah in 1733 got here in February of that year. Now y'all, it's nice here in February. These people must have got off the boat and thought they landed in God's own country. And then in that first stretch of like May to September, like that first summer with no electricity and no air conditioning, y'all, those poor pasty English people. Anyway, there have been horses in this part of the world for almost 300 years now. Anyway, horses are an outdoor activity, and we live in a part of the world where the heat can actually literally be deadly. Fear not, we have strategies to keep cool. Yes! The first tip for beating the heat in the summertime is to get to the barn early. I didn't do that today. It's like afternoon. It's gross out here already. Down here in Savannah, it is 80 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the humidity is usually in the 90%. Today, the high temperature is in the mid-90s, and the heat index, which is what it feels like thanks to the humidity, the heat index is going to top out somewhere between 100 and 105 degrees, and that is Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's really hot here. The sooner you can get here in the morning, the sooner you can get worked, the sooner you can get out of here before the temperatures even reach that crazy level. The second tip for beating the heat in the summertime is shade. I am out in the paddock now. There's the horses back behind me. Now they're not standing in the shade today. They haven't watched my video yet, to be fair, so maybe they don't know. Out here where my horses are boarded, we have shade in the paddocks, huge shade trees in the paddocks out here, and the horses will sometimes congregate under them when the heat gets bad in the middle of the day. There's shade on the trails out here, there's shade in the barn. The only place there isn't really shade is in the arena. So during the summertime, I tend to limit arena work because it's just trotting around in the sunshine and bleh, who wants to do that? The third tip for beating the heat is fans. You see the ceiling fans that we've got going on in the barn here. They make a huge difference in the temperature here in the barn. Of course, we're in the shade, so the shade plus the fan, it makes everything nice. The horses cool off pretty quickly when they get here in the barn aisle. So it's nice. Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice? I also have a box fan that we can bring out in case of emergency, and by emergency, I mean when my child Liam gets whiny. It's hot, it's the barn. Does it keep you cool? You can also use a handheld fan. I like to use handheld fans when I am reapplying my sunscreen. I got this fan from the dollar store. You don't have to get a fan that matches your hair or looks good with your rainbow halter. But I mean, you know, you do you, boo. I haven't even groomed him yet. He's filthy. Look at him. Look at him. You're a man. Look at that. That's disgusting. This brings us to tip number 4, hosing off. One of the best ways to beat the heat is with a cool hose down. If your hose has been sitting out in the sun, you want to make sure it runs cool before you put it on your horse. But you can give them a hose down. Usually start with their legs. Nobody wants to be blasted in the face right away. Work your way up. Concentrate underneath his chest, underneath his neck, underneath his armpits. If your horse is a drama queen, they might dance around. Once you're hosed down, you want to get rid of excess water on the coat. Use a squeegee or a sweat scraper to scrape off any extra moisture. Remember not to leave your horse in the direct sunlight with a full coat of water on them, because the sun will heat that water up and will actually make them hotter. So make sure you take your squeegee or your sweat scraper and scrape all the extra water out of your horse's coat. And then hopefully, ideally, you have a shaded place underneath the fans to let them dry off, because it's the drying off, the evaporation of moisture from the coat, that's what gets them really cool. Final tip for beating the heat is to stay hydrated. Normally I have this giant 64-ounce mug that I bring here, but I didn't bring it today on the day that I'm filming the You Need to Stay Hydrated video, because of course I did. Stay hydrated, that means you and your horse. On really hot days, you've got to make sure you drink those liquids and not Diet Dr. Pepper, Michelle. You've got to drink the Gatorade, Powerade, vitamin water, bottled water, tap water, something, but drink it. If you are feeling dizzy, if you are feeling cloudy headed, you need to get something to drink and you need to sit down in the shade under some fans. Once your strategies for beating the heat are in place, then you want to add to that some cooling summer treats to help you and your horse stay cool and hydrated. Here are my 5 top hot weather favorites. Treat number 1 is apples. It's cold, hang on. Sometimes I cut the apples up and bring apple slices to the barn, but usually it's easier just to throw this in my bag. And then when I get here, I just share like this. Content warning if you're grossed out by spitting, that's about to happen. Artax is not the only horse that likes apples. If you follow our Instagram, you may already know Katie and Paige, who have shown up on our posts a couple of times. I have a pale gold horn for Paige that we have yet to come out here and try on, but that will be showing up soon, I promise. All right, so Paige might like a bite of apple. Let's see.
Oh, she heard it. She heard that.
She knew that one was for her.
Yeah.
She was like, I already know.
Yeah.
Paige is a Belgian draft horse. Yes, you
Yes,
are.
I'm a good girl too.
Watermelon. Some people will bring watermelon rinds to the barn, but to me, watermelon rinds are for chickens and pigs and goats. The babies need the real watermelon. Okay. Watermelon? You want some watermelon? Oh my God. Do you love the watermelon? Oh my gosh. The baby loves that watermelon. Oh, do you want some more? Let's see if Paige likes watermelon. Look at her cookie face. She's like,
Please, can I have a treat? Oh.
is it good, darling? Is it
Yes,
good?
it's so delicious.
Oh, no. Oh, did she spit it out? She spit it out. Wait. I'll show it.
It is. It's my new sweet band.
Oh. Do you think she knows I have carrots?
It's your new best friend. Look at her. She's sneaking. She is trying to sneak.
She's so sneaky.
She's like a ninja.
Those lips. She's got these big rubbery lips, y'all. Oh. You are so cute. What could you possibly want? Artax is like, hey, I want some carrots too. Okay. You want some carrots too? Carrots are a good treat to have. They're full of vitamin A and fiber. All kinds of vitamins and minerals. They're good for you. Carrots are pretty high in sugar, like apples, so the treats that are really high in sugar, you don't want to feed like a ton of. So don't like buy a giant bag of carrots and be like, oh, I'm just gonna shove them down my horse one at a time. Last up for hydrating treats is Gatorade or Powerade or anything like that. It's got flavor and a scent. So ponies always want to drink it. I've given Gatorade to horses who were dehydrated before. Look at babe. There you go. Look at her. It's got electrolytes. It's what plants crave. He's trying to bite the cap. You're a mess. So, I mean, I'm putting it in the cap and letting him lick it. Don't bite it. Popsicles. You can get any kind of fancy fruit, all fruit popsicles. I've seen online where if you freeze bits of apples and carrots in like a Dixie cup and then peel the paper off the cup, then you've got like an apple and carrot popsicle. But these are fun for me. I don't know. Popsicles. Not all horses will eat popsicles. Weasley will not eat popsicles. I tried to give him a piece yesterday, spit it right back on the barn floor, and I was like, rude! Okay, popsicle. Popsicle for Kate. Oh, it's so cold. I think she wouldn't even let me put it in her mouth. She's like, no. Look at her looking at me. Mom. She looks at you like. Some bonus tips for staying cool. Make sure your horse has electrolytes. Sometimes you can get electrolytes and add them to feed. Make sure you get electrolytes as well. It's just to make sure you replenish any minerals that are lost through sweating. Salt licks. A salt lick is a great thing to have in your horse's paddock. It gives them something. They lick it and they get minerals that are lost through sweating. They get that salt back in their system, and it also encourages them to drink more. Limiting heavy work is another way to beat the heat, another strategy. I know we all want to be cantering into oblivion, but when it's this hot outside, just know. So maybe there are some days when it gets hot out here that I just do a shady trail ride and then we come back and we're done. We don't even do any trotting. No Stirrup July. July is coming up, and one of the things we do here down south is No Stirrup July. Now that doesn't mean that you need to be pounding all over your horse's back the entire month of July, but working with no stirrups slows you down a little bit. You tend to have less control without your stirrups, and so riding without stirrups can help you focus more on your seat and fine-tuning your work at lower gates. And ice packs. One of my son Liam's favorite things to do out here at the barn is to get one of the ice packs from the freezer and just sit here under the fan with the ice pack on his neck. If you feel overheated or dehydrated at the barn, that is one of the best things to do to bring your core temperature back down, is to sit underneath a fan with an ice pack on your neck or your chest. What are your favorite hot weather strategies? Do you have a favorite summer treat that you share with your horse? Leave us a comment below and let us know. Thank you for watching my video. Be sure and give it a thumbs up if you got anything out of it today at all. And if you're a nerd with horses who loves unicorns, it's a thing, then please subscribe to our channel. Every time someone subscribes to our channel, the summer temperature drops 5 degrees. It may take a few minutes for you to notice it, but give it a try. You've got nothing to lose. That's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you. He bit my finger.